Oh, hey, good morning again. Okay, day 3, here we go. Today's daily learning objective, swab it. I say swab it, you say swab it. Swab it. Okay, that's good. I can actually hear you. You're going to solve radical equations involving quadratics and state the extraneous solutions. So yeah, let's see if I can throw something at you today that has a broken answer. We'll have to, it's kind of weird. Woo, Twilight Zone. You're entering dimension of mind. Okay, here we go. How about something like this? X equals square root of x plus 2. All right, you see anything I did differently this time that I never did before? We'll get the square root sign. There's the radical. There's a little equation in there. It doesn't look too hard. Yeah, you're right. I never put a variable on this side before. It was always a number. Oh no. Whoop, whoop, dive, dive. Ooga, ooga. Captain, she cannot take much more of this. Well, what did I say in the previous 2 days' videos is the only way to get rid of a radical? Okay. Yep. Squaring. Okay. The opposite of square rooting, squaring. Whatever you do to one side, do the other. Okay. Let's see here. Well, that square got rid of this radical. All that's left is whatever is under it, x plus 2. And what's left on this side? X squared. All right. That looks familiar to me. Okay, if you took the first half of this class, you know, that's got all the makings of a quadratic, doesn't it? Look, there's the quadratic term, there's the linear term, there's the constant, it's got a number, it's got a middle, it's got a beginning. We got everything we need, okay? Except for, what's that guy doing on that side and that side? You can't have anything over there. That's supposed to be set equal to 0. So I'm going to move everybody to the left side. Here I go. What's the opposite of plus x? Minus x. So I'm moving this guy over here. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. X squared minus x equals 2. Just like this. Boom. Put that guy on that side. All right. Now I'm going to move the 2 over onto the right side too. The opposite of plus 2, minus 2. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. X squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. There we go. We got a nice quadratic now. All right. Signs were the same or different? Look right here. This is the lock. Okay. If the lock's negative, that means when we foiled this originally, there had to be 2 different signs, a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive. Either way, that's a negative sign. So that means my 2 factors have different signs. All right, cool. I'm going to go like this. What had to be up front to get an x squared? X times x. Signs were different. All right, so far so good. I got 2/3 of the answer now. Now, I need factors of 2 that add up to -1, and I'll draw in the invisible 1 for you if that helps. Okay, well, what's 2? 1 times 2 is 2, and that's it. Okay, now I want -1. Should I have plus 1 minus 2 or plus 2 minus 1? -1. Plus 1 minus 2. There we go. I got that thing factored. All right, but this says, what does my DLO say? It says, solve radical equations involving quadratics. I want to solve this whole thing. Okay, so I need solutions. I don't need factors. Well, look at this statement right here. It says something times some other thing equals 0. Didn't one of them have to be 0? 0 times something is 0, or something times 0 is 0, or maybe even 0 times 0 is 0. So let's find out what would have made those factors 0. Let's see here. I'm going to set these equal to 0. X plus 1 equals 0, and x minus 2 equals 0, and find out what would make them 0. Okay, the opposite of plus 1? Minus 1. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. X equals -1. Oh yeah. Yeah, -1 would make that 0. Watch. -1 plus 1. 0 times anything is 0. That would work. What about this one? The opposite of minus 2 plus 2. Whatever you do to one side, do the other. X equals 2. 2 is another solution. There's another 0. 2 minus 2 is 0 times anything is 0. So those are the 2 zeros of the function. For all the kids that have been in my First half of my class, smiley face or frowny face? Well, this is a positive 1 right here, so positives are happy. So I've got a quadratic that opens up. So what's the graph look like? Well, it looks something like this. There's x positive, x negative, y positive, y negative. Happy face, zeros at -1 and 2. -1 right here and 2 right there. And it is a happy face. There we go. Okay, so there's my graph right there. Now, I got to check and make sure that both of these answers work in the original equation. So let me do that real fast. Here we go. Okay, my original equation said x equals the square root of x plus 2. Okay, I'm going to try the -1 first. -1 equals square root of -1 plus 2. Well, -1 equals the square root of 1, and the square root of 1 is 1, or -1. So yeah, that one worked. What about the other solution? Let's try that one now. What about 2? 2 equals the square root of 2 plus 2. Okay, so 2 equals the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is 2. 2 equals 2. They both work. Cool. Ta-da. All right. I'm going to put one on the board right now. I want you guys to try it out there. Try this one on your own for a second here. I will pause myself. All right, why don't you try x equals the square root of x plus 12. Yeah, you guys try that one on your own right now. I'll just pause myself for a second. Okay, did you get it? I hope you hit pause right there, otherwise that really looked weird. Anyway, the opposite of square rooting, squaring. Whatever you did one side, do the other. I'm out of practice with the marker here. All right, x times x, x squared. That kills that radical. That's the trick to every one of these problems. The only way to get rid of a radical is square it. And what's left on this side? X plus 12. There we go. Next step, move everybody to the left here. The opposite of plus x, minus x. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. X squared minus x equals 12. Okay, I move the x. Now I'm going to move the 12. The opposite of plus 12, minus 12. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. And I move that guy over. And then I have this. I got x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. And for anybody that's new to this class, you might wonder why I'm writing this way over here. Why didn't I write it underneath the x squared? Okay, combining like terms. X squareds are not the same as x's. That's like a tiger and a kitty cat. Yeah, sure, they're feline, but they're not the same thing. You can't put them together. Okay? I just want to put that over there and make sure you know I'm not adding it to the x squared. Same thing with the negative 12. I'm not adding it to either of those x's because it doesn't have an x. All right. Signs were the same or different? What goes up front? X times x. Signs were different, just like in the last problem. All right. Plus, minus. Factors of 12. Okay. There's a few different pairs of factors of 12. What times what is 12? Well, 1 times 12 is 12. What else? You got it. 2 times 6. What else? I heard it. 3 times 4. Okay. There you go. One of those pairs of numbers will add up to -1. Which one is it? Now, you know what you're noticing? You're noticing that the only way to make a 1 out of those pairs of factors is the 3 and the 4. 6 plus 2 is 8, 6 minus 2 is 4, 12 plus 1 is 13, 12 minus 1 is 11. So it has to be, it can't be this one, it can't be that one, it has to be the 3 and the 4. So once again, I ask you, do you want plus 3 minus 4 or plus 4 minus 3? Look right there. I want a negative one. Okay, you're right. It's plus 3 minus 4. And if I solve those factors, then I get x plus 3 equals 0. And most of the students from my first semester know that sign changed. Okay, it's x equals negative 3 as a 0. And on the other side, whoop, changing the signs. If it's negative 4, if the factor is negative 4, the answer is positive 4. X minus 4 equals 0, plus 4 plus 4. There's my plus 4, x equals 4. All right, I'm going to let you test both of those answers and see if they're extraneous or not, see if they're broken or not. And that's all I got for you today. So there we go. Download that worksheet that's attached to this lesson. Fill that out. If you can't fill it out yourself, just fill it out on paper and hold it up to your screen and take a picture of it and upload that. That'll also work. Okay? Have a great day.